All right, we are live on LinkedIn. Should we get going?
Yeah, we should.
All right, hi everybody, how we doing?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Well, my name is Drake George, and I'm joined with Kayla Bilal, content and marketing strategist, and Jasmine Market, sorry, marketing coordinator. How are we doing, y'all?
Good.
Good.
It's a great day.
It is a great day. It's sunny. We got the natural light. No rain in Chicago. Right. Hello, Maggie. We're doing it today. So I'm so excited to talk to y'all about marketing.
Yes.
So we all work on the marketing team together. It is so amazing. Y'all are so smart. I learned so much from y'all as an intern here. Y'all spoke for a couple years, right?
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear specifically marketing. What made you want to pursue a career in it?
That's a great question. For me, I think I was really inspired by when makeup YouTube was all the rage in 2016. That was really my vibe. But then from there, once I got to school, I was first in business, and then they had a digital marketing option available, and I was like, that sounds so cool. Like just being online, connecting with people through the internet, promotion, all of that creativity. So that's how I got into it. So yeah, I was in digital marketing all throughout school, and now I'm here. The rest is history.
I love that. How about you, Jasmine?
Well, I majored in communication, so it felt really natural for me. Most of my peers they went into marketing, and it also just made sense because as a Gen Z, I grew up with the internet. I started my first social media account when I was 7 or 8 years old. So
Real.
I've been feeling comfortable just posting, sharing about my own life, and building even a personal brand online. So even just doing branding for brands and clients, it felt like it's already part of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even just working here, I've been here for almost 6 months now, and all the cool clients that we get to work with, all the different projects, it's really cool. And so I'd love to hear, is there a project here at Bottle Rocket Media so far that stuck out to you that you're like, oh, this is my favorite so far?
Yes. Actually, we have this original content series here called Family Meal. And I really like that series because that's my first individual social media project, I would say. And that's my baby. I raised that account. I started that account from scratch, and also that series. It's about Chicago restaurant industry. I'm a huge foodie. If you know me, you know I know all the food scene,
Yeah.
and it's just so cool to see the people behind the restaurant that I'm familiar with talking about the industry, about the secrets that we don't know. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm so glad that I'm part of that. If you haven't followed our Family Meal account, go search familymeal.tv.
It's
Yes.
time. For me, it would definitely have to be our stop motion project. We were we were all just brainstorming in the beginning. So we saw it from the conception to actually being posted, and that was such an amazing experience. I got to be behind the scenes, cutting things up. It was awesome. And then I think for the marketing aspect of it, I really got to figure out the social rollout, the teasers, everything, just how it was going to be presented to an audience. So that was really cool. And then it got into different news articles. It was on Real Chicago. So it was just really awesome to see how an idea could really come to fruition. It's cool.
Yeah, and I really came on to the tail end of it, but it seemed so collaborative. Shout out to Kelly and Renee.
Shout
They
out
were in
them.
there.
Teamwork.
Literally. Yes, I mean I cannot even imagine working on a stop motion project.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome to see the Bottle Rocket Media founder story told in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got a new tool for it, right?
Yeah.
Dragonfly was called.
Yeah,
So
Dragon Frame, I think.
Oh, Dragon Frame.
Yeah.
So trying out new software,
Right.
evolving.
It's a lot of learning.
Yes.
We also learned a lot about stop motion. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot, and we actually get to help and
Yeah.
we kind of, participate a little bit too, so it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I feel like, again, ever since I started working here, I feel like there's like a bunch of different like tools I've started working, like Riverside, Descript. I never even used like Slack before. In our everyday work, is there like a particular tool that you use in your workflow that you're like, this is ye old faithful. This is what I use every day.
I have to give it up to Google Suite, unfortunately.
Right, of course.
I am in
100%.
Google, the amount of times where I just didn't know how much Google Docs could do. We're in Google Docs all of the time for our content plans or just anything we need to just figure out. We're using Google Docs or Google Calendar. And then, Claude's been on the rise. I've been dabbling, but really just for more brainstorming stuff. High level, some light editing, but that's been really cool to see too. All of as well.
Yeah.
100% agree. Google Suite, all of them definitely help. Couldn't live without them. And I love that it's simple
Yeah.
because a lot of third-party platforms, they are just a lot. So that's why we love Google Suite. But for me personally, I cannot live without my notebook. Like my paper notebook, I write everything down on my notebook every morning. I make a to-do list, and the way I write everything down, it helps me to memorize things better. Because typing is sometimes it's just it's so repetitive, and I feel like okay, I don't remember anything after I type, but writing it works differently for me. So
Yeah.
notebook, I carry that with me all the time.
I love that. I mean, especially in the age of AI and technology, there's something to be said about, I have horrible handwriting, and so I should write in my notebook more, but no, I see you every morning, right, in the notebook.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I think a couple other people in the office do that as well. It's good to have, there's a Google Planner, but then there's also the old pen and paper.
I know. That feeling of scratching your task off is amazing.
Yes.
The best feeling in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, y'all are so smart. Again, I started here about 6 months ago, and I only had a little bit of marketing experience beforehand. What would you say to someone who's watching right now who's like, I wanna break into the marketing industry? What piece of advice would you give to them?
I am going to be the redundant person, but I really feel like networking is such a key thing. I feel like it really helped me. Just you have to go to these events and talk to people. It's really just about communicating with people, building a connection with people, because you just never know. I think it's also especially with the job market today, it's just so difficult. It's a numbers game, and you gotta know. I just feel like it's so important to know the right people. But yeah, that would be my advice.
I would say you can build up work experience before you even have a real job. Because if you want to work in social media, it's so easy to build up your portfolio just using your own account. I would say
Right.
your own account, it's like your oyster, and there's nothing to lose. You can experiment with anything out there. Any new trend, new algorithm change, just try it out. If it works, okay, keep in mind what works. If it's not, great chance to learn, right? The missed opportunities and what strategy you can change, and the insights you gain from them, they are great stories or experience that you can tell during in your interviews or just put it on your portfolio. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's such a great point. I feel like when I go on LinkedIn these days, I see people, even if they haven't worked with clients, they'll create a mock portfolio, a case study of just random arbitrary numbers.
Yeah.
But I saw that, I was like, oh, I should do that. I was like, I should make up a case study. And so I think that's such a good point. Even if you don't have that official professional work experience, there's still work to be done, for your portfolio. Very exciting. I think we have an audience question, and so I think we are going to get into that. Let's see what it is. Okay. Are there any brands whose marketing strategy you take inspiration from?
That's a good question. I think initially when I was first starting out with Bottle Rocket Media, I was really into Poppy. I was really into Poppy.
Probiotic soda.
Yes, I love probiotic soda. But no, I think their TikTok strategy was really cool. They were just always front facing. they had just really interesting ideas. And so I think in the beginning, just as I was figuring out Bottle Rocket social media, like I took a little bit of inspiration from them. And it was really exciting to see. But yeah, I would have to say that was mine.
For me, I just follow a lot of brands on social media. I follow over 2,000 accounts on social actually, and they don't match my followers
Hmm.
because they are brands. And I take a lot of inspiration for like aesthetic part from brands like Vogue and Letterbox, Pitchfork, and actually we have like a social media rebranding for our own social media. And at the time during rebranding, we're just like researching and
Yeah.
taking inspiration from all the brands. I feel like one takeaway I got from all these brands I follow is really consistent aesthetic and fonts, brand colors, even just like how each cover is like themed.
Yeah.
Their layout is like it reminds you of one certain brand.
Yeah.
So that's what we do now for VRM.
I know if you guys haven't checked out our Instagram at Bottle Rocket Media 312, you can see what it looks like. But yeah, like just like Jasmine was saying, like now we just have this very consistent like red and blue. Everything looks very seamless, and we've gotten a lot of like compliments in the real world of people who have like viewed our content and I've been like, wow, like I really love the way that you guys handled it. So yeah, I think it's super important to just take inspiration from everywhere that you can. I think there's another audience.
I guess there is. What's a trend in marketing you've been loving?
I would say a lot of in-person events. We don't have it at BRM right now, but it'll be really cool to host events like that because I love in-person, like offline connections, and I go to a lot of random events. You get to know people in the industry, or even not the same industry, but you get to know about other industry that you'll never get to know in daily life, right? And I really think a lot of brands are like being really proactive, being like the leader in the industry and providing a space for people to connect and providing their knowledge and share with people, so-called community building, which could be really tricky because sometimes they feel really transactional. But when you do it well, I think it's really meaningful.
I think for me, it would have to be, I know that we're kind of like in this AI space right now, but a lot of brands are leaning like more authentic. Like I just saw, I think there was an ad for Abercrombie and someone made like pasta jeans. And it was like, it went super like viral. Like people were talking about it, but it was just like super cool to see brands leaning into like authentic art, just regular people that are just artists, real designers that are making stuff. So I think that's been really cool to see.
Yeah, and I mean, I think what both of you are saying like links together. It's about like authenticity.
Yeah.
Like being in person. Like using. I mean, like I think we wrote a Substack. We have a Substack, by the way,
Yeah.
every week, which is really great. We talk about a lot of pop culture, a lot of marketing trends. And obsession. They
Yeah.
have like that physical marketing. Like it was so
Yeah.
refreshing to see like billboards. And like letters. Like it like feels special.
Yeah.
Like technology, awesome. We use it every day.
Yeah.
We love it, but
Yeah.
it does make like like physical forms
Yes.
of art that much more special.
Yeah, it
Add
does.
to that, I would say physical media is making a comeback right now. People want to feel that ownership. We saw Sony cancel their PS like physical games and only releasing digital games, and people are not happy about this.
Yeah.
This is an age people are still looking for records, CDs. They want to touch something and own something. So maybe brands take that chance. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, totally. Take note.
Take note.
Well, I think that is a great place to end off with. Thank you so much, y'all. I love working with these girls. They're so smart, and they've taught me so much about marketing. And so I'm so happy that I was able to talk with y'all about this.
Oh my God, Drake.
If you are ever looking for any digital marketing or video production services, make sure to visit our website, bottlerocketmedia.net. We go live every month where we talk to our team about really anything and everything.
Yes.
And so, thank y'all so much. Appreciate it. We'll see you next
Pleasure.
month.
See you next month.
Bye.
Bye.